remember about Catholic Church was donuts. Because every Sunday, my grandfather would take me down to Mass, and we would go and sit in the basement, and we would sit there as the priest would tell us all about God. But I didn't listen to any of that, and I never remembered any of that, because all I remembered were donuts. And my grandfather, as a reward for going to Mass every Sunday, would always save me a chocolate frosted donut. I hated the powdered ones, those sucked, those were disgusting. But the chocolate frosted ones, those were my favorite. And of course, because they're chocolate frosted, everybody goes for those donuts first, right? But my grandfather always made sure to hold one for me. And that's all I remember about Catholic Church. But in Iran it was different. Because in Iran, it's not just you going to church. It's you living it. You walk around and the streets are filled with music and prayers. Multiple times a day, you have Allah being shouted from the speakers. And I remember as a young girl, at the start of every single school day, lining up with my class, having to be fully covered, and lining up with my class, with our hands over our hearts for the morning prayers. And then, as the prayers continued, there was a second part, where you would have to change your palm to a fist and start pounding your heart and say, "Death to America." As the only American kid, I was scared shitless. What do you mean, death to America? What? No, death to America. And every single morning, for every single day, we would line up and pound our hearts and pound our hearts and pray to God and say, "Death to America." And I thought it strange how easily hate could slip into our hearts. And then we moved back to the United States, in a place where we thought we were free of religious dictatorship and I could finally just let it all out. And then 9/11 happened. And after 9/11, everything changed. And those same people, the same Christian Youth Association at my campus, who swore in the name of God to do righteousness and good, decided to stand at the entrances and exits of the school to beat the shit out of the Muslim kids. And I remember thinking to myself that in Iran, we said death to America. And in the United States, we said death to Muslims. And even as a young child, I wondered how this could be the same God. So I dismissed all God. Thank you. You're good. So I dismissed God, and I found my religion in punk and rock music. And that's what saved me. That's what saved me. Not God, not Allah, not religion, but it was the music that saved me. And to this day, it still fuels my soul. And I wonder, how can this still be the same God?